Hey guys, what's going on? It's Riley back here from Real Takes with another real review for you guys. I reviewed the Happy Time Murders, which you guys can check out on YouTube and various podcast sites. That's up right now. So let me know what you thought about that review and what you think about the movie. I'm here today with a review of the film Operation Finale. So this film is directed by Chris Weitz and stars Oscar Isaac, Ben Kingsley, Melanie Laurent, and Nick Kroll, among others. And the movie is centered on the capture of the Nazi general who orchestrated the Holocaust. And it's Adolf Eichmann is the name of the character, and he's played by Ben Kingsley in the film. And the movie kind of focuses on the relationship between Oscar Isaac, who plays Peter Malkin, a Jewish man, an Israeli secret agent. I don't want to say secret service. But he ends up going to Argentina with a team of people that includes Nick Kroll and Melanie Laurent. Melanie Laurent kind of plays a love interest of his. And they end up going to Argentina to try and capture Eichmann, as they have intelligence that Eichmann is in Argentina. And so they bring a multitude of different people, a interrogator and a money guy and various people that happen as they have a contact in there in Argentina who's played by Haley Lou Richardson, who has popped up in films like The Edge of 17 as well as the wonderful Columbus last year. She was great in that. And really, kind of just to start off with the high notes of this movie is there are great performances in this film. Nothing, super like, oh my God, that you're going to be, just floored by. But Oscar Isaac gives a great performance, and so does Ben Kingsley, and Melanie Laurent is good. And really, the movie kind of focuses on the relationship between Eichmann and Oscar Isaac's characters. And they're locked in a room for a little bit of time. It doesn't take place all in one room. It certainly doesn't feel like that. The movie kind of bounces around between Eichmann's family and his son, who is a Nazi sympathizer, who, ultimately does believe in the cause. And they're trying to catch him and do all this stuff, and the Israeli secret agents are just trying to formulate a plan to get him back to Israel so he can stand trial and ultimately answer for his crimes. I think there's a really good line in the film early on from the Prime Minister of Israel, who's not played by anybody famous, and I can't think of the actor's name. I don't have it in front of me, that is. Where he says, kind of this is to be the first time in history we'll be able to, not rewrite history, but really, let these people suffer from justice. And they want justice for their people. And absolutely, the motivations are not ham-fisted here. Director Chris Weitz doesn't have to lay that out for you, and he doesn't lay that out for you. You know what the stakes are. We all know the Holocaust. And I think Weitz definitely takes a wonderfully nuanced approach to this film, where its themes are never really hit over. You never really hit over the head with the film's themes. You never really hit over the head with the reasons why this guy is bad. We know he's bad, and he plays mind games a little bit with Oscar Isaac, and I think that stuff is great. And there's a great gotcha moment in this movie that I think is just wonderful. And a lot of that is credit, again, due to the performances. I think Ben Kingsley and Oscar Isaac are great together on screen. The script is really well done, and really the movie only suffers from just being too long. I never really felt like I had to check my watch or anything like that. And the movie is interesting enough. The story is fascinating, but ultimately the film drags a little bit in the middle. There's a couple of tense scenes. There's certainly no like bang bang action in it. Like I think some of the marketing that I have seen for the movie kind of will have you believe, but ultimately there's none of that. It's more of a dialogue-driven film between these characters, and it's just, like I said, at the risk of being redundant, it's just a little bit too long. I think 20 to 30 minutes could have been shaved out of this film, and you might have had something here that could have been, maybe not Oscar-worthy, but could have been great. It could have been a really solid, quickly paced movie, and unfortunately, the pacing of this film is just very slow. Even though the story is interesting, it's not boring per se. Really what the film suffers from is just, some moments where it's slow. There's a relationship element placed between Melanie Laurent and Oscar Isaac that never really pays off, and the resolution doesn't ever really feel earned. And it kind of just feels a little bit shoehorned into the movie to give Oscar Isaac's character a little bit of depth, which is something you didn't really need in this situation. I think Oscar Isaac's character could have stood out kind of, on his own. I think the character's depth was good enough to kind of play out on its own. So on the see it, rent it, skip it scale, I don't really have much else to say. Other than I think this is a good film. I think it's well done. I think it's well crafted. I think there was some time and effort put into this film. I think it has some great moments in it and some good performances. But ultimately, I'm going to tell you to rent this one. There's really no reason to rush out and see this film in the theaters. It's a good film, and I think you should watch it for sure. However, I don't know that it's worth your money. If you go see it, maybe catch it on one of your discount theater days, a $5 day, or something along those lines. So that's going to be it for Operation Finale, guys. Are you looking forward to seeing the film? Were you hooked by the trailer like I was? Make sure, if you're on YouTube, drop a comment and let us know, and subscribe to our channel. We're going to be posting a new episode hopefully soon of our regular show, as well as some top 5 stuff as well. Max and I are both very busy guys, so we're trying to get everything settled down on a time frame. Go to our Facebook page. You can like us and subscribe. We'll get all the latest comments. Make sure you let us know on there, as well as subscribe to us on various podcast sites. We're available on Anchor and Stitcher and Spotify and Google Podcasts, Breaker, different areas where you can find podcasts. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. And again, make sure you like and subscribe. Share this with your friends. Anything that you do on that end is a tremendous help. And don't forget about realtix.com. I'm going to be posting a lot of written reviews there as well. Thanks again for listening, guys, and we'll see you next time.